Hi-ho, to the styrene mines I go. We'll glue all day and paint away. Hi-ho, hi-ho. Oh, scared the cat. Well, hello, glue troopers. Max and Max's models here. Okay, I discovered yesterday that this wiring diagram, they didn't mention it in the comments section, but I noticed that all of the wires are wrapped around what would be the top of the floor piece, and the photograph that shows all the wires in place show the wires wrapping around the here in the void part of the saucer section along here, not being underneath it. Now, I was able to see it yesterday with wires underneath, but I think I might have enough length on all the cables to do it that way. Put the lights in place and have the wires all come this way and keep this out of from going underneath. I don't think it's really a problem it goes underneath some. But today my plan is to figure out the best way to do that. I have to avoid, as we talked about, these areas where the landing gear bay meets with the floor, and that's only a couple of inches up in there, but we do have these two over here that have to be illuminated, and I can wrap the wire under here or I can go around, and we'll see what's going to work out best. But today my plan is to get all the lights in place. I still have 3 LED blues that have to go back here in the here in this void area to be behind the suspended animation tubes, and that's going to illuminate the opaque material. So that's today's challenge, but before I mount anything, this has to be painted. The outside shell has to be painted because I don't want to start painting it after I've got the lights in place, prevent masking. So that's going to keep me busy for just the littlest while. All right, that's where we're at for right now. You guys take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you later when I got this figured out. Okay, there's a little pre-coat, some green paint. It's just a couple of areas I'll be using tape to mask it, and then painting around it. The elevator cage, I wanted to pre-build that before I paint it, so you don't smear paint, because it's really tricky to get it together. I'd use a little piece of tape in there to hold everything in place while it hardens. Once it's hardened, I'll pluck it out, paint it gloss aluminum, then it'll be ready to glue back in. The suspended animation tubes are a little trickier than you might think, and they only go together one way. There is a back, which is the narrower section. The wider section is up front, part 98 and 99. Don't get them confused. Don't glue 298s together, 299s together, or the caps won't fit. And they are also specific. So read the instructions carefully, take your time, do one at a time. And once I get these finished getting these glued together and hardened, then and I have to pre-paint these, then I'll assemble those tubes before they go on the floor of the model. This is the floor of one of the freeze tubes. Obviously, I will paint everything before I drop that in place. The freeze tubes, like I say, the narrower end is the back, the wider end, which is on top here, is the front. I'm using evergreen canopy glue because it's acrylic on acrylic. So pretty much give that a couple hours, if not overnight, to harden. And it's a very delicate fit, easy to knock out of place. Make sure the two long ends go together and the two short stubs go together. Owie, haven't used hot glue in a while. Forgot it's like freaking napalm. I forgot to turn off the solder gun, forgot to solder the last blue light on. So I did the old wrap technique. It was good, so I just used hot glue. Seems to be working. I know, I didn't provide the contact to solder. Alright, everything is lighting up. 1, 2, 3, 4 blues. Yep, everything's working. Had to hand paint this. I managed to lose the decal, so I used some clear orange, and it actually looks pretty good. Getting the accoutrement for the cockpit, for the inside painted, because this all has to go together before I can really seat the thing for all the wiring, at least permanently. And so, man, we had some adventures I'll talk about later. Well, as I mentioned, by keeping all of the landing bay areas cleared, I was able to set it down without too much trouble. And now I'm going to have to start putting the walls in, but that means I got to detail everything first, so I can't go a lot further until I paint things. But there are a few things I can do just to check it out. Okay, there it is, laying properly in place. Now let's see if I can get some of these other things in place. All right, here is an initial test fit with most of the lights in place. This red light will be in the emergency alarm, which hasn't been cut out yet, and this yellow light will be behind the computer. One of the little tubes fell over, so it's missing. And I only have one of the, with all the accoutrement in place. The little blue lights are behind it. They're not as bright as I'd hoped. They really don't brighten up that back area as much as I'd liked. Position a little better there. But it does give it the, I think I'm going to have to, when the time comes, I'm going to have to put it right about there. It's a little tricky to do right now. I'm just sticking things on with a little tape and use tape with that. This thing, if I point the LED right at it, yeah, that's a little better. Maybe I'll point the LEDs at it instead of just having them laying back there. And yeah, that works a little better. And this other LED that I have, blue LED, over here, apparently it's a smaller one, and it's pretty weak no matter. You have to look right down at it. So maybe I get another. I'm not going to, there's a point in time to go, yeah, it's enough. This feed tube that we're talking about doesn't really, I did all the things to get all the blue light underneath it and everything, but it's, you can't really tell if there's a blue light sticking straight up into it. A lot of work goes into that too. Okay, what am I bumping into over here? Oh, yeah, this is one of the landing gear lights down here. It was dragging on something. But anyway, of course, the instruments will be up here, right here, and those are all backlit and everything, and there's a few little pieces still missing, but this red one goes in from the top right here on their emergency alarm thing. So gold one goes behind the computer. And got the on-off switch and everything working. Every once in a while you jiggle and all the lights go out. So of course, obviously trying not to get anything to short out is always a trick because you're moving stuff around. But these internal lights under the pads are all hot glued in so that they won't move around. And there will be probably, I might rig up a couple overhead lights, or I might just leave it like this. I'm not sure. It's just, oh, wow. This has really been a chore. Okay, that's as far as I'm going right now. Sun's down. I haven't had my coffee, and I'm going to run. Let me see. Where's my on-off switch? There's the battery. I know there's an on-off switch. Did it fall out the bottom or something? See, there's still some lights here that are, ah, there it is right there. It did fall out the bottom. Okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1, boop, lights out. All right, guys, that's it for right now. We'll talk to you later. And as always, model on. Hey, by keeping the wires on back clear of the areas that I marked off. Wow, you know what? I get this upside down. Good move, Max. Okay, there's a little Disagreement, one shows the top and bottom of the tubes being buff color, like the interior of the ship, and the other shows them being a aluminum color. Here we have another disagreement in color palette. This one shows the bottom and the tops of the tubes being sort of a buff and white color. About the tubes, there's a front and a back to them. The caps and the bottoms and everything only go on one way. So you have to be very careful not to put two faces or two rears together, which I may have mentioned earlier. A lot of delicate parts here. I think I already mentioned I was losing a decal. I had to repaint one of the panels, but it actually came out looking pretty good. And I had to hand paint it. But